y'all.
We're back again. I'm excited because we're on a roll. We're on a roll.
Clearly.
We're on a roll.
You are excited.
Woo!
Hey, y'all. Welcome to That Couple Podcast. I'm one of your hosts, Kimberly Gums, and this is...
I'm Cleaton Gums, a.k.a. Cleat the Geek.
We talked about this last week. BKA. Best
Okay. Sorry. Yeah. Best known as.
That's right.
Cleat the Geek.
That's right.
Cleat.
I'm just messing.
Whatever you want to say. But yeah, what's up, y'all?
But anywho, welcome to That Couple Podcast, where we talk about all things married life, parent life, and all the things in between, right? We're a Disney family, we're a Marvel family, we're a Harry Potter family, we're a rom-com family, or not say rom-com family, but rom-com couple. Okay. We like to talk about the movies and shows and like review those types of things and whatever have you. And that makes us that couple, right? So that means if we're that couple, y'all that couple too.
That's right. And thank you for rocking with us another week. You know what I mean? We want to be, like Kim says, we want to be that couple that you could chill with, you know, talk about all the fun topics and come from a perspective that you can relate with, right? That's the goal. So, hey, we're here another week. I'm excited about that because we talked for months and months about getting back to this point. And here we are. Was this 4 weeks in a row? This the fourth one? Third one?
This the third.
Okay, I'm getting ahead of myself.
Yeah, that's okay. You're speaking those things which be not.
Come on. So we've been making the schedule work so we can get it before you all. Yeah. So thank you for vibing with us. So yeah, we got some fun stuff to talk about today, I'm sure.
That's right. Funny stuff to talk about today. Okay. But before we get into those things, once again, thank y'all so much for tuning in. Whether you're watching us or you're listening to us, you didn't have to, but you did. And if you're not already, be sure to make sure that you are subscribed to our podcast, okay? We are on Apple and Google Podcasts. Right. We are on YouTube and on all major platforms that stream podcasts, okay? So be sure to like, subscribe, and more importantly, review our podcast, okay? If it rings a bell with you, if you kikiing over here, you're laughing hard over here, or like, dang, that information got to me. I vibes with that. If y'all do, leave a review, okay? Yeah,
support the crew.
Yes.
So what's up? What we got going on today?
So, Cleat the BKA Cleat the Geek. How was your week?
Week was good. So
I like how you gave me a subtle cue. He's reminding me, y'all. I'm like, we're authentic, right? So
I'll just try to help.
Before we get into it, let me tell y'all, right? He's holding up. He done typed out. Make sure you're looking at the camera, babes, right? Because, I'm looking at to make sure.
Because we have a camera here that we're looking at. Then we have our confidence screen that's over here.
And I'm looking at the confidence screen to make sure I'm confident, right?
Okay. No. Just like look at herself while she's talking. I
gotta remember to look at the camera. And he was like,
I didn't put it on.
It's in bold letters, y'all. Make sure you're looking at the camera.
But I didn't show it on the camera. Hopefully I did.
No.
I tried to.
You showed it to me, but I just thought that was funny and cute.
I just try to make sure.
Thank you for keeping me.
Yeah, I'm trying to get us right so we could connect with the people.
Connect with the people.
Yeah, I mean, want to see, Look, we got this thing. Oh, that's another one.
What?
Remind me when we get to this topic. Look me in the eyes.
Okay.
15 seconds.
Oh, okay. Let me write it down.
That was good. What movie was that?
Baby Mama.
Yeah. That was a good one. All right. Anyway, some fun stuff to talk about. So, what happened this week? Man. Easter Sunday.
It was
Easter Sunday.
Easter weekend.
Yeah.
I hope you all had a very amazing.
Had some Easter good time. Probably saw some people you didn't see in a long time. You know.
Exactly.
That's all right.
That's all right.
You're gonna get those people come for Easter, for Christmas.
Right.
It's just two. Easter and Christmas.
Christmas.
And that's good. Hey man, I appreciate the reverence. You gotta have reverence for the Lord. So good Easter Sunday. Man, I was stressed out last night watching these Lakers. Oh my gosh. She didn't even hear it.
Well, you could talk about it when we get into your.
Well, I'm a week, right?
Well, yeah.
We'll talk about it in entertainment.
Yeah,
okay, all right, fine.
But I was stressed out. You've been watching the games.
Well, yeah. So it's a play-in tournament for those who are following the NBA. It's the little pre-tournament before the playoff starts next week, which I'm so excited for. It's going to be games every night. I'm a major NBA fan, so I'm excited about that. Easter Sunday was cool. Had a good meal. Yeah. Other than that, I mean, this is the thing about being a couple in 2023. It's like, especially when you got children. It's like you got the kids, you got work,
consistent routine.
So I mean, some weeks we're gonna have some fun stuff going on. Like we've had the flag football stuff and those different things. But this week, not much. We are preparing for the area competition game. Or area tournament. That's going to be this Saturday. It was supposed to be last Saturday if y'all been following us. Right. But it got canceled. Because of Easter weekend. So that's actually happening this weekend. We actually picked up some new players. So we're excited to have them on the team. And, we got some practice today. And for the rest of the weekend, we're just going to go have some fun. So excited about that. And yeah, that's it. I don't have anything major that comes off the top of my head. What about you?
Right. This past week, let me just try to see if, like you said, it's pretty routine.
Yeah, that's a good word.
Did I finish working out last week? I believe I did. I can't remember.
The last day, Friday.
Some of the
Friday. You got
days
Friday?
are, intertwining with another. But yes, worked out. Like Cleet said, this weekend, was Easter weekend. So, did a, like he said, went to church because he got up. Come on.
Oh, come on.
Sunday morning.
Hey.
All power. In a sense,
Come on, man.
But after church, we rested a little bit and then went to, our sister and brother's house, and we had dinner there, and also did we always do an Easter egg hunt with the kids, and they love that. Like this year we were like, well, at first they woke up to their Easter baskets. The Easter baskets are from mommy and daddy, and they know that because they know the true meaning of Easter. And so they know the Easter baskets come from mommy and daddy. And before, quick side story, before we even Easter came this past weekend, I was like, y'all even want baskets? And they were like, yes, we do. So, I don't know how much longer they were.
I know, Aiden.
Well, I know when they're in college, they're like, yes, we still will want Easter baskets, but it'll be filled with different things. Because I did see some adult gifts. Easter baskets.
Yeah, they want the gifts. People want gifts. They don't care how old you are. Aiden said to me on the way on a car ride from Easter service, he's like, so let me guess, you guys got to hide the eggs, so it's like they're to the age where they already know the routine, they know what's going on, so that's just funny. It's gonna be interesting to see. I'm sure they're gonna go through the phase where we're lame and everything's lame. So we're just enjoying it while we can.
So anywho, we did that, and then got back to working out today. Because the first 2 days I got thrown kind of off because, I had some screening procedures done. And with that, I needed those 2 days to be off. But got back on it today. So that's been good. And my week's been pretty routine.
Good, yeah.
Why are you looking like that?
No, because I forgot I've been, getting my chiropractic work done.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
He started going back to a different chiropractor because...
Hey, listen, if
we
y'all
have some
know
stories with some chiropractors. Well, first off, one of them, I told him because he convinced me to go and get it. Like, I don't like anything cracked. Like,
yeah, she hates the cracking sound.
I cannot stand the cracking noise, the cracking sound. And it done to me, cringeworthy for me for sure. So they were doing some things with me, and then. After that, I told Clee, I just feel like all of this is like placebo stuff. It was one. Go ahead.
You go ahead.
Oh yeah, literally, there's this one device, right, where they I don't know, it's like this handheld device.
It's like a hole punch,
and it has like a ball at the end, and it makes a
clicking noise
sound. So every time they would put it in a targeted area on my body, it would be like, I'm like. What is it doing?
It was a glorified hole puncher, okay?
Yes.
And they were doing like this. They're like, so we had this joke.
It was not doing that.
So it's like, so she's literally on the table like, what the heck are you guys doing? The lady just clicking around her back.
Yeah,
so,
and then there was another one where like the table dropped. Like make a dropping sound.
Yeah,
I'm
so
like,
if y'all been to chiropractic, y'all know exactly what we're talking about. Some of these places.
I didn't feel anything, nothing. I'm like, you know what? I'm never coming back.
And then the worst thing is when they try to force a crack. So, I don't mind the cracking, I have my back thing that I've been working on for a few years, right? And I've been to a few chiropractors, more than I probably want to admit. It ain't been that much, but it's been a decent amount, right? So
yeah, about 3 or 4 for you.
Yeah. So they do the back cracking and whatever. But then some of them, you could tell the ones that are not skilled, they be in there trying to like, oh, if I don't hit a crack, I ain't did it right. So one lady, she tried 3 times to crack my neck, and one time I felt like my nerve just like, I was like, this lady about to kill me on the chair. So listen, man, I've had my share. I had this.
And your recent before this new one.
So yeah,
last one.
Because of that experience, they had the hole puncher on her back, and then the lady trying to, so I'm like, all right, I'm not going to them anymore. So we tried, I got a recommendation from a family member to try this other chiropractor. And this dude, he sit down. He's younger, right? He's around my age, maybe a little younger. And he's like, yeah, I used to.
Wait, how tall is he?
He's about a good 6 foot.
Oh, okay. I thought he was shorter.
No.
Okay.
No, he was about a 6'1",
Okay.
He's a tall dude, for that height, right? And then he's like, yeah, I used to wrestle and I was doing MMA and stuff like that. And
your red flag.
So I'm like, okay, cool, bro. Cool. Yeah. So we talk and he's like, yeah, and we're all about holistic, this is a term they use, holistic,
Right.
So we're all about a holistic journey to getting your back where it's supposed to be. So he's like, I'm just going to get you worked out today. And then,
worked out.
This first session, he was like, you could be a little sore. You might be a little sore. You might be a little bruised, But we gotta break it down to get you where we need to be. I'm like,
build you back up.
Yeah. I'm like, okay, cool, man. So this dude, he gets me on the the chiropractor table, and he starts to do the regular massage, not massage, but the adjustments. Thank you. That's the proper term. So he starts to adjust my back, right? So I've been to a couple of chiropractors, so I know the routine, right? So it does the neck thing, does the thing. And he's like, all right, cool, so stand up. I'm like, okay. He's like, all right, so this one, he like kind of barrel hugs me from the back. And it's just, look, I don't perceive, or I don't go around saying I'm the manliest man, but like, I don't want to hear you or smell your breath or hear you breathing all up in here, man. He was all up in here. He's like, all right, I'm gonna bear hug you, right? And I'm gonna just, it's some kind of maneuver he was trying to do, and I can hear this dude breathing on my neck, man. He's like, I'm like, hey. It's like that kind of party, bro. So this dude over here basically wrestling me. I'm like, so you done left wrestling so you can come wrestle your patients. So then to top it off, I can't make this stuff up. He gets my face and he's like, all right, so
I forgot about this part.
I'm gonna adjust your jaw. So he has me stick my head out. He literally slaps me. He says, he makes a noise. He's like, I'm like, this dude getting a free slap on me. Like, what is going on? So really? I done turn my glasses on. All right.
All I hear is, "Shawty wanna."
Where's this coming from? Oh no, it's not coming from. I'm just turning on all kind of music. Yeah. Sorry. I'm about to start taking my glasses off for the podcast. See?
I know.
I always try to show up. Yeah, he slaps me. This dude slaps me. Talking about he's trying to adjust my jaw. I had a headache for the rest of the day. It just was a terrible experience.
I tell y'all, I laughed uncontrollably that day. That was hilarious.
So I can't make this stuff up. So I'm like, all right. So I go to our primary doctor and he recommends another place. So I'm like, okay, let's see. But it's been good. they've taught me some new stuff I didn't know.
What did the doctor say? You said that you had.
Oh, fascia?
No.
Fascia?
The family physician said what? He had a tight.
Let me tell you. Our doctor should do stand-up comedy. Like, when I tell you this is a legit funny guy. So I would just tell him, like, yeah, my hip bothering me. 37, stuff started to, you start to feel stuff when you wake up. Yeah. So I'm like, man, why am I feeling my hip, So I told her that, this is our checkup. So I tell the doctor, he's like, hold on, man, let me check. So he comes, he try to stress me out, like, oh, you got a tight boop. You little tight boop.
A tight A, y'all, tight A.
I'm like, oh, this guy's hilarious. So, since he recognized the issue, he sent me there. But they've been good. Mm-hmm. Been good. They teach me about, like I was saying, fascia in my back and how that should be smoothed out and, the whole education behind it. Yeah, they're going to work on my butt, man. Work massaging my butt, So the lady, she's getting me right though. She, sore, but it's getting me where I need to be according to them. So we'll see. We'll let you know if I get any weird situations.
She did tell you though, how we talked about in our last podcast how Clee always have the people tell their life stories too. So in the first session, she's telling him her whole life story.
Story about her.
She used to date a schizophrenic,
paranoia, schizophrenic. Yeah.
So that was,
just going in, and all I said is, hey. And then, 20 minutes later, she's into, and then, I had to get out of there because I was like, you're not going to get me caught up. I'm like, oh, okay.
And you trying to relax doing your,
Right. But she's really cool. I'm glad she felt comfortable to even share that with me. So, shout out to her. She handling the business.
Yeah. So, anywho, that was our...
I know we don't went into story time.
Our week's updates, in terms of the kids. Any updates with either of the kids? I mean, they pretty much had a routine week. Like they said, they enjoyed Easter weekend. They got their Easter baskets, their Easter eggs with the candy and all that stuff. So,
yeah, nothing specific. Aiden should be playing in the game this week. I know I told you all about, him having... Him being I think I told him about him not wanting to play in the game, but anyway, he's going to play in the game. He's all confident and
not getting
getting himself worked up.
Nervous.
Anxiety is a real thing. For all the parents out there, we experience anxiety as adults, right? But our kids, and I don't know about you all, but shout out to my parents. I love them, but they didn't know how to deal with anxiety, right? They didn't have the tools, right? So I dealt with a lot of anxiety. Didn't know it was anxiety at the time, right? And so now as a parent, just trying to do our best to give them the tools and the support that they need, Right. So I definitely supported him in his experience with, without going into the story, he was just afraid about playing one specific team that they lost to. So he kind of freaked himself out. Yeah. So, moving forward, it just was something for us to kind of put a bookmark on, like, okay, we're going to figure out how to help him work through that in the future. And, like I said, get some tools so that he can do so. So, right. I think he'll be ready. He's been, it's been amazing. Like, he's into football now. I'm into basketball, so he'll come and ask me about the Lakers a little bit and about the Golden State Warriors. But then other than that, he's like, hey, Tyreek Hill. Hey, his favorite guy is Justin Jefferson. He's like, Justin Jefferson did this and this. And he's watching clips. And I'm like, this is the same guy that wanted nothing to do with sports. Okay, he's a gamer. He animates. Yeah. He creates comics. So it's amazing. Natural proclivities because I'm seeing a split image of myself. Like I have my sports desire, but I'm also I can get very nerdy, with the best of them.
Drawing ability for me, so I know it's definitely his natural proclivity to draw like that. So
hey man, if you believe,
I'm totally being sarcastic right there, y'all, because I am a stick figure expert.
Yeah. But you try, and I appreciate that.
My Chrysler 300. So when we were dating, I randomly drew him a picture. 'Cause, he's an artist, so I, wanted to show him my skills and what I can do, what God has blessed me with the ability to do.
I wouldn't say blessed.
And I drew him a picture of a Chrysler 300.
Yeah.
He basically ripped it up and threw it away.
Oh, okay. Don't exaggerate. No.
But I did one event from our women's ministry at our church. We had an event where we painted. Artists came in and, led the painting group. And I did a painting. And he did not want to hang my painting nowhere in the house.
It was good. I liked the effort. I like what she was trying to do.
It's like a car by the beach and everything.
The car was kind of not by the beach. It was in the beach, but it was there,
But that's neither here or there. Anywho,
let's get into the topic. Okay, we
wow.
We carrying on today.
Yes. Anywho, before we get into our main topic today, we wanted to take a quick side note.
Oh yeah.
For this ad, and this ad is brought to you by
That Couple Podcast.
Woo-hoo! Well, we're that couple, okay? That couple's going to give you all things marriage life, parent life, and our entertainment life, which includes all things Disney, all things Universal, all things Marvel, DC, yes, DC, all things Harry Potter, all things rom-com, and, of course, Christmas movies, okay? Because that is my jush.
And listen, we're a podcast that likes to engage with the people. We like to interact.
Yes.
So we invite your reviews. We invite your comments on YouTube, right? We want to be able to interact with you. If there's something you want us to talk about, everything's free game within those topics we talked that Kimberly just mentioned.
That. Yeah.
Within, we ain't gonna talk about anything, but we'll talk about something that kind of,
we'll vet 'em.
Yeah, if it makes sense for the show, we'll definitely talk about it. And give our perspective. And obviously we don't come off as licensed, counselors or licensed marriage counselors or anything. We're just a couple. That couple that's
giving our perspective.
Our on life, our experience. That's millennial parents in 2023. That's so we invite you to just interact with us any way that you can. Like I said, we'll shout you out on the show for sure.
Yeah, so be sure to follow us, like us, subscribe to our podcast, That Couple Podcast, on Apple and Google Podcasts. You can find us on YouTube and also on all major platforms. So be sure to follow That Couple Podcast. All right, now moving on to our main topic. And this week's main topic came up because last week, if you listened to our podcast last week, we talked about, one of the things we talked about is one of the movies we saw on opening day, which was the new Super Mario Brothers movie.
Oh, it's going to be some spoiler alerts, by the way.
Yes.
Because you should have had a chance to watch it.
Right. It's been a week,
By the way, it did, you said it, you just told me yesterday.
It made over $300 and something million, making it the most gross animated film.
Yeah.
And all time.
And that Wednesday when it came out, it did 35+ million, which is like crazy. Like the whole one movie they were comparing it to over their whole full weekend did like 11 million. And they did 35 million in their first day. So yeah.
Because Mario, you have like the new, like our kids' generation that love Mario, but then you have the nostalgia of us that grew up when Mario first came out. So
and the movie was just full of nostalgia, like all the sounds. It's like music. It immediately took you back to like, because at some point, in the 90s, you played the game. Exactly. Even if you didn't have a system, you went to your cousin's house or friend's house. Somebody had it, and you played it at least a stage or two. So it was really cool to see that on the main screen.
So in one of the scenes on there, Browser, like Cleet said, this is a spoiler alert. Browser, he is in love with Peaches, right? With Princess Peach.
Right.
I call her Peaches. It's Peach.
You said Peaches.
I know. Lord, I made her an ethnic name with Peach, Princess Peach. And he has this scene in there where he's on the piano and he's singing a song, and it's called Peaches, though.
No, it's called Peach.
Oh, it's called Peach? I don't know why I got Peaches.
Maybe it could be Peaches.
Hold on, let me look real quick before
I think it's Peach.
I want to say it right.
But yeah, so now, I loved how they brought life to the characters that you've all only seen on the video game, right? Or in the cartoon.
It's called Peaches.
It is called Peaches? Mm-hmm. Yeah. So you're right. See. All right. Okay. It was just so we watching it, right? And start off the movie, Browser is just menacing. he's very menacing the entire time, right? So, you know, you have Toad comes on there. He's kind of comical. Of course, Mario and Luigi, they have their comical moments as they interact with their family at the beginning. But when you get to Browser scenes, he's very menacing and just like, I'm taking over, like Thanos-ish, right? Yeah. And then all of a sudden he's singing this song. And man, it just took us by storm. Like, I was not ready. We were not ready for this.
Not ready for it.
Let's play it before let's let y'all get the experience. I mean, like I said, it's a spoiler alert.
Yes.
But it's goofy. It's good. We liked it. Hopefully y'all like it too. This is a music video for it, by the way. It's on
Jack Black's Instagram.
This one is from my one and only true love, Princess Peach. Peach, you're so cool. And with my star, we're gonna rule. Peach, understand, I'm gonna love you till the very end. Peaches, 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 peaches. Peaches, peaches, peaches.
This is what we watch.
Peaches, 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 peaches. I love you. Mario, Luigi, and a Donkey Kong too. 1,000 troops of Koopas couldn't keep me from you. Princess Peach at the end of the line. I'll make you mine. Oh, peaches, peaches,
Now imagine
peaches,
this
peaches, peaches,
on the
peaches,
screen.
peaches, peaches, peaches. I love you. Oh, peaches, peaches, peach.
And then he gets like interrupted by his assistant.
Yeah.
So he's like in this own little world, like going in about his love for Peaches. Then they're like coming. They're like, "Hey, we need you to get back to work," or something like that. But when I tell you,
needless to say, like, our
gut belly laugh.
children have been playing it all week. We've been laughing at it still to this day. All right, it's been a week since we saw it, so we've been laughing at this. So that made us think of like what movies
gave you those like gut
that stuck
busting
out that made us laugh like hysterically, whether it was in the theater or even when we left the theater, we're like still laughing at it.
Mm-hmm.
Right. So that was one, because that was the most recent thing we saw.
Yeah. So,
right.
So yeah.
So yeah. And like we came up with this list, and like there's way more because we've seen a lot of movies and stuff that like we clearly have laughed at. We love to laugh. We mentioned that before. We love to laugh. A good laugh. And another one, you got your list too, babe?
Yeah, got it right.
Okay. Now, one of the movies, because I'm trying to clear my throat and talk at the same time. I know I talk. Okay.
The people, y'all vibe with us. We vibe with y'all. You be shouting them out. They better give us a sponsorship.
Anywho, okay, so this movie was a movie when we, around the time, like in our early years of dating, it was a movie called Just Friends, right? And this is with, what's his name? Who plays Daredevil? Not Daredevil. Deadpool.
Ryan Reynolds?
Ryan Reynolds. He was one of the main characters along with, I forgot her name. But anywho.
I gotta look her up.
So Just Friends. And there's a scene in there where the girl's mom was singing, "Be yourself, be yourself, be yourself."
Yeah.
Let me tell y'all. That was over like 15 years ago, and we still like were randomly, if like something that we're talking about has those words in it and it makes me think of that or him think of that, we automatically go into singing this song.
Yeah, so, like we just really we really appreciate comedic timing, right?
Yes.
So anytime it's like something like the Peaches thing, right? It was the comedic timing of it because he had been so menacing up until that point.
It was unexpected.
And then it was just like, whoa, this is funny, right?
Yes.
So same thing with that. It's like if you watch that movie, Just Friends, like his mom is just so overly positive.
Yes.
Like almost like, so he's a grown man and
it's his mom, not the girl's mom.
It's his mom, and he's going through a rough time as an adult, but she's singing this song to him like he's 5 years old or something. Right. So it was the timing of it that we loved.
That was funny. And then there's another scene in the movie. There's several scenes because this movie is just hilarious. But there's another scene in there where the main girl, Ryan Reynolds, he's like the agent to this girl, and they go back to obviously I think his hometown, and he takes her to this bar, right? And she's in there and she's like, oh my gosh, they're staring. Oh my gosh, they're staring. He's like, there's nobody staring at you.
Now, was she a singer or like a former singer?
Something like that. Yeah. But she did like
it wasn't. She wasn't popular. Like and
she wasn't popular to the extent that she thought that she was popular or
and
famous.
Now I love this point because it kind of tags, or what's the word I'm looking for? It connects to our episode from our last episode where we talked about voices, right?
Oh yeah.
So one of the personality traits we talked about was an expressive. Right. How they think everything's about them and the world revolves around them. So we got that, that teaching or understanding about that personality trait after we watched the movie.
Yeah.
So when we heard that was the first reference. It was like, oh, it's like her thinking people looking at her and
nobody was paying this girl any mind. Okay. And it was too hilarious. So that one goes down in our books as, one of the funny scenes that we like to watch.
I just thought. So we're just gonna throw a few in here. I know we got a list, but as they come up, her again. Yeah. She was the for the sorority.
Oh, House Bunny.
Remember how she was saying people names? Was that the same one when she had the accent?
Richard.
Or something like that.
Yeah, then that's the same one when she went from...
No. That was a different one.
That's her again.
Yeah.
In the same movie? In Just Friends? Was that the Just Friends?
It wasn't Just Friends either. It was a different movie.
She's funny. I'm going to find her name.
She did an accent. She started off in one accent, but ended up in a whole different accent on the date that she went out with. And it was just too hilarious. But yeah, I know which one you're talking about. So she's just an amazing...
This Anna Faris.
Anna Faris.
Yeah, Anna Faris. Yeah, she's the one from Scary Movie.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
So Anna Faris. So if you know Anna Faris, she's hilarious. So So anyway, those are the rom-coms that Kim and I love, right? We just have us cracking up. So anyway, continue.
Another rom-com, Bridesmaids, right? So once again, this is another hilarious movie. When we went to the movie theater for this one, I didn't expect it to be like funny like this.
Yeah,
I know I do like a little hee hee ha ha. No, this movie,
sweat laughing,
dying laughing. But there's one scene in particular where it was at the
bridal shower. No.
Not the bridal shower, like the engagement dinner.
Oh, the engagement dinner. Okay.
Right. Okay. And the best friend and also the girl who she kind of made, that was part of her wedding party, that was the new friend / new bridesmaid that she, befriended as well, who had or who was helping, what I'm trying to say, Lord, was helping her her plan the wedding.
Yeah, wedding planner.
Right?
She was wedding planner.
Yeah, the wedding planner for the wedding. So, naturally the old best friend that she grew up with was jealous, right? So they were going back and forth with their speeches. And this part in the movie was so hilarious because the best friend, the childhood best friend, got up there after the new best friend, gave her whole speech, right? I forgot the order of it, but I think the childhood best friend went first, did her speech. And then the new best friend came in, did her speech. And then the childhood best friend came back and did something. And then the new best friend said something. Then the childhood best friend came and was like,
they were just competing.
En la escuela, en la su casa. Like, she's just started speaking in Spanish. It was hilarious.
Yeah. That was a funny scene. Yeah. I mean, obviously, as we tell these scenes, I might be like, where's the laughter? Go see the scenes.
Yeah.
Go see the scenes. We're doing our best to describe them, but man, in the moment, first watch through, I'm telling you,
hilarious.
You're laughing hard. So
right. The next one was Guardians of the Galaxy, and if you are fans of Marvel, you would probably know these scenes that we were about to speak of. But in the Guardians of the Galaxy, and this was in Guardians of the Galaxy 2, and Drax, right? He's the
Drax has so many liners. He's he's
swole looking.
He's kind of gray
guy.
with the red lining, red like scars throughout his body. I don't know, the kind of like marks.
His character, y'all.
I mean, when is he not funny
played
in
like
Marvel?
Dumb funny.
Yeah,
was hilarious. But anywho, you brought this one up.
Which one? The
one when he's talking to the Asian girl.
Oh yeah,
on the planet.
So, yeah, he's talking to her and he's like, he says, basically it's like a scene where in a typical movie there are a man and a woman's talking and they're like, "Oh, you're beautiful. Oh, I think you're beautiful too."
Right.
So she's like, "Oh, you like you mean me?" He's like, "No, you're hideous." But his honesty is just like a spot on. Once again, comedic timing. So if you watch any of the Guardians, like Drax, it's gonna have you cracking up because his timing. Like there's one scene now. I remember it. It's not in Endgame, so it would have to be in the one before it, which is.
Is it in Guardians or in the?
No,
Avengers?
It's not in Avengers.
Oh, okay.
So it's not an Endgame. The one before it is called. Having a brain for it right now.
The blip.
Infinity Wars.
Yeah. Blip.
And I think it's in that one where they're like, "Who's Gamora?" Everyone's like, "Who are you? Who's this?" And it's like, "Why is Gamora?" Yeah. It's just like, why you? It's just like I said, we can't. We're not doing it justice. I don't feel like we're doing these justice.
And then another one that Drax is a funny character. And another one, I think it was the first Guardians of the Galaxy, and they were on the spaceship, and him again with the Asian girl. I forgot her character name, but she was showing them like her gifts or whatever, and he was like, "Ooh, do me."
And if you see how big a swole he is, it just makes it funny. So I tell you what,
hilarious.
Let's just tell them, because I feel like they can't. They got to go see it. Like I don't know if they can get it. If they haven't seen it. Now, if you saw it, you're probably laughing like, "Oh yeah, that was funny."
Yeah.
But if you didn't see it, we're just gonna tell you to go watch it. You got to go watch it to get it because it's gonna be funny.
Yes. So that was with Drax. So Drax has several scenes throughout the movies he showed up in Marvel, the Marvel Cinematic Universe. There's a lot because he's hilarious. And I'm kind of sad right now because this might be a little spoiler alert, but it's not a spoiler alert if you follow Marvel. I feel like he's going to get got in this Guardians of the Galaxy that's coming out next month. I'm preparing my heart already. I know he's going to get got, and then because in real life, he's already stated he's not doing anymore. So
so obviously
I believe they're gonna kill him off. So
yep, that's gonna happen.
Anywho, but yeah, he's been great.
Yeah.
You were about to say something.
I was just gonna say while we're on Marvel, Thor Love and Thunder was hilarious.
Thor.
Okay,
I love Thor.
The last two Thors were hilarious. The Ragnarok had a lot of funny scenes.
And Love and Thunder
was just overly hilarious. And some people didn't like that because they felt like it was like too jokey. Mm-hmm. Kim and I loved to laugh, so we enjoyed it. It was just funny, even though it didn't carry on the whole phase 4 or whatever phase that was. It was funny. It was funny. They had the like loud. What are those called? The goats?
Yeah.
Oh my God. Every time the goats came into the scene, it was so over loud. The top. Like, why are they so loud?
Obnoxiously loud.
Yeah.
And then also with Thor, I love the banter between him and Star-Lord.
Yeah. Oh.
So like,
yes.
When they would be on the ship, Star-Lord was like, "Yeah, we're gonna go here," and Thor would be like, "Yeah, we're gonna go here." But like, basically, they were like power tripping between the two.
Thor was always trying to overpower him.
He was always trying to take over.
And then Star-Lord had this whole line about, the people you love, looking at the people you love. And you probably saw this in the commercial. So he's talking, right? Star-Lord's talking, and he's looking beyond Thor to his team. And he's like, you got to look in the eyes of the people you love. And then you see Thor inching into the screen, trying to get into his
look him in that.
Just good writing, good comedic timing. So You know, if you haven't noticed, we love a good comedic timing. Another movie,
right, was Pitch Perfect. We love Pitch Perfect. Okay, Pitch Perfect 1, 2, and 3, but Pitch Perfect, the first one,
yeah, that's
is
classic.
our favorite one, our classic favorite. One of the scenes that stuck out was the audition, or in Cleet's words, the montage. The audition montage scene, when they did the zoom, because he wanted to use the word montage, so I got to use the word montage.
I just learned it. I wanted to use it.
So it was the scene, right? And they start off with the zoom, 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 like that whole scene.
Yeah, just to see the different way people are singing, good, bad,
hilarious. But there's other scenes in that movie too, but that one stuck out.
Yeah, the quiet girl that sings with them,
right?
The Asian girl.
Oh, the Asian girl on there.
Yeah.
The part, I think it was at one of their rehearsals, and she was like, "There was this one time when I ate my twin sister."
It's like just saying the randomest things, and you don't appreciate it till you go back and watch it like on a DVD or whatever. Yeah. And you're like, "Oh, this
DVD.
is." I mean, when we were watching it,
you're aging yourself over there, buddy.
When we were watching it, we had the DVD.
Speak for yourself.
Oh,
no, I'm joking. But anywho, that was
you're a mess.
Oh. That was funny. Another one of our favorites is Kevin Hart. He has a lot.
Yeah, all Kevin Hart movies we love.
But one in particular was when he did Night School with Tiffany Haddish, and there was a scene where all of the students, they were on the roof, and he fell off the roof.
Was it him or is another person?
I think it was him.
Okay.
We would have to look at the scene again, but I remember us belly laughing on that scene.
So what's the name of that one? So they can go?
Night School.
Night School.
Night School. And then also, I mean, this is kind of like not related, but related. It's not necessarily a scene in the movie, but I love Kevin Hart and The Rock's like relationship off camera. Hilarious. Like
the social
one of the
media
most
relationship, basically.
Hilarious things ever. Their banter and their jokes on each other. Y'all can YouTube them. It's hilarious.
Yeah, that's a good segue for what you call it too.
For what?
The show we just started watching. The Celebrity Wars. Is it called? Is it called Celebrity Wars? Prank Wars. Celebrity Prank Wars.
Oh, I was like, what? Celebrity Wars.
I was missing a word. Celebrity Prank Wars.
With Kevin Hart and Nick Cannon are the hosts on that show.
Because they got good chemistry too. Now, it's not as good as The Rock.
I love The Rock and Kevin Hart.
But yeah, you could tell Kevin Hart and
Nick Cannon
are also really friends. They're not just like industry friends. So
right.
They that show's pretty funny. The first episode's out, so check that out.
Yeah,
had us cracking up. I think Nick Cannon got him. Nick Cannon was much better than
he beat Kevin Hart,
and at least Kevin admitted it. He admitted it. Kevin Hart was, and it's funny because we watching the show, right? And we were watching the show from the context of sorry, did we officially segue into entertainment? Or
we can though.
Okay, all right.
You got a hard stop.
You know. I didn't want to. No,
go ahead.
Okay.
You know.
But I will say, Kevin Hart. Oh, so looking at this show, we were looking at it from the context, like the definition of prank from those who remember Ashton Kutcher's. Right. You got punked, right?
My being punked.
So. That was, of course, those were just amazing episodes. It was fun while it lasted, and it was funny while it lasted. And the premise of that show was he would prank a celebrity, and they didn't know they were being pranked, right? So they'd be getting angry. It'll just be their natural response, right? Rather be angry, crying, whatever. So we started looking at this like, oh, it's celebrity prank wars. It's like, okay, the person not supposed to know they're getting pranked. But what we realized, and it made you kind of go back to the definition, it's like, oh, a prank doesn't necessarily mean the person don't know it, right? Because you think about the senior prank that everyone has been privy to since the beginning of time, right? You know, the senior prank is a display of something. Sometimes it's like putting a car in water or, you know, taking the school mascot and putting it in a weird location, right? So it's not always like, oh, you're doing something to me and I'm not being punked, right?
Right.
It's more of, it's just a display of something, you know, that can agitate the person that is on the receiving end of it. So, Chris, I said all that to say, who is Chris? I don't know who Chris is. Kevin Hart.
Who is Chris?
Kevin Hart his prank wasn't like we thought. We were like, wait, he knows he's being pranked, but we had to redefine it and realize it's like, okay, I see, you're just annoying him.
Right.
All that to say, the other guy won. Can't think of his name.
Yeah, Nick Cannon.
Yeah, running out of steam here.
I was like, where are you going with this?
Wow.
All I have to say.
No, but I'm saying, like, that's,
I know.
When you watch the show, I don't know if you're going, but we both were kind of stumped. Like
what are they trying to do?
Like, I don't understand. He knows it, but it's because we was looking at it from the filter or the lens of you got punked. So,
right.
Anyway.
So that was a show that we did watch over the weekend. Moving into now our entertainment section. We watched that. We didn't watch Married at First Sight last week, so we got to get caught up on last week's episode as well as this week's episode that's coming out.
We keep getting 2 weeks behind. That's crazy.
Yeah. So we got to get caught up with that. We have been watching Abbott Elementary, which has been, I don't know, this season has been hilarious.
Job.
I mean, the first one was hilarious too, but it's been like really funny, like consistently every
Clever.
episode.
Great writing.
Fun. And
I see what they're doing. I see how they're taking a page from the Book of Office. Like, they have the overall storyline, and they have the subplot, the sub storylines, the relationships that are developing, and then you see some development of characters too. Gregory's character developed so much since the first season.
Yeah.
Even the white teacher, his name is
I forgot.
But yeah, the white teacher, his character is just like, they carry the show. Gregory, Quinta's character, of course, and the white guy, Janine, and the white guy, they carry the show. And then I would say, of course you got Jacob. Thank you. Jacob, Janine, and Gregory carries the show. Then of course you got the legend
Shirley Ralph, Barbara.
Barbara, she just always holding it down. And then it's funny, we were watching the whole first season. Mm-hmm. And I'm trying to tell, and in my mind, I'm like, where do I know the Miss Samanti?
Melissa
Samanti, right? Where do I know her from? And then it finally clicked. She was in Parent Trap. She was the nanny for one of the twins. So I was like, because I'm like, I remember this accent. I remember like this whole bit she's doing. Like, she did this before. I'm not a cursor, okay? Yeah, I'm not a cursor.
That's what you said. No, but it sounded pretty close.
Wow. Anyway, this bit.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
She's done it before, and she was basically playing that same character, but as a teacher.
Right.
And that's probably just her personality. You know what I'm saying? But she's killing it. So I love the show. It's a good show.
I like the way they look like directly at the camera.
I was saying they're doing the Jim for all of the people who know Jim from The Office. He always doing the little face in the. So everyone does that, but they're doing it out of good timing. Like, Gregory is killing it. Like, and Gregory is from Everyone Hates Chris.
Right.
So he was really good with facials on that show. So he's bringing that character or that characterization onto the show, which is really good. So that show is killing it. We like it.
Right. And then I saw the finale of Queens of R&B with SWV and Escape. So, after all that drama, they finally got to the end of it where they performed their show. The show went good. There's still drama, though, with and bless them, Lord. But yeah. So that ended. A lot of drama. But at the end, SWV did announce that they're going on a summer tour with Jodeci and Drew Hill. So
we gotta check that out.
Will be a great concert.
Yeah, hopefully they come near.
I'm quite sure.
They always come.
I'm quite sure they will be.
At least Tampa or Jacksonville.
Right.
Those are good markets for it. So.
Right. And then on another note, I know Cleet mentioned earlier that he's been watching his NBA. I believe now they're in the playing games, right?
Yes.
The Lakers are stressing him out.
Yeah, So I listen to, especially in this season, I listen to a lot of sports radio, right? And I watch my sports shows on ESPN. Shout out to First Take, right? And shout out to the Starting Lineup, right? Mm-hmm. I listen to that on Sirius Radio. Someone said something one of the callers, I believe, and I got to remember it. But in a nutshell, they were talking about how players think they could just turn it on. They don't play with maximum effort all the time. Like you take the Michael Jordans of the world and the Kobe Bryants, right? They play, and even the Russell Westbrooks of the world. Like they play at 100% effort every time they're on the floor. You take someone like a Giannis Antetokounmpo, right? Those guys, right? All of these guys are just always going at you with all their effort. People like LeBron and you could tell it's rubbing off on KD. It's not KD, AD, Anthony Davis. Kevin Durant is another one that he goes at you. But anyway, make a long story short, the effort isn't always there. And that's what, people say I'm always hopping teams. It's like I just personally can't be associated with my sports stars who don't try. They have the talent, they have everything to do, all of the intangibles to be, all the tangibles rather to be good, but the intangibles aren't there. They don't try hard. They don't give maximum effort, and that's what makes me so frustrated with the Lakers, because I feel like they got the talent, they got what it takes. LeBron's been to, in millions of situations. I've been rocking with my boy since 2003. And it's like, come on, man. Like, at 38, I get it. I'm feeling the same thing he's feeling.
He's like, truth is, I'm tired.
Right. And I get it. But it's like, but you still are stronger, faster, and, a better player than half of the people you're playing. So you gotta play up. You gotta bring maximum effort. It's that, I'm not going to really try that hard because I don't want you to think I really care that much. It's like, that books me. So anyway, going through that with the Lakers.
We need to have a talk with him,
Yeah, I'm gonna text him, man, because we need to get back up. Yeah. We normally text through these, but he normally be turning the phone off during this time because he's trying to focus for the playoffs.
He's part of your bromance crew.
Yeah. So we've been rolling since 03. That's my boy. You know what I'm saying? The kids think that's their uncle. No, they don't. they actually asked my mom, and she told them not. So now they're like, he's not your brother.
Yeah.
So anyway, NBA is on right now. It's going. It's fire. Like playoffs start next week.
Help us.
So every day I got a game for at least the first 10 days or so. So that's gonna be fun.
Is it?
And then as far as other entertainment, can you? I did watch the movie Devotion with Jonathan Majors, right? Jonathan Majors. Yeah. Great movie. It's based off of a true story, right? It's based off of a guy that was in he was in the Navy pilot group or squadron, whatever you call it. Baton, yeah. Right. I'm sure I'm saying it wrong, but I apologize to all my military people. But he was it's based off a true story, but this guy's ability to become a character is like, it's up there. He's up there with the Denzel. Now he ain't no Denzel, but he's up there. He's that next up and coming guy. So I'm hoping he can keep his private life in order so that he can continue to share his talent with the world, because he's very talented. Like, one thing I always look at when someone's doing a period piece is, do they capture the vernacular and the tonality of that period, right?
Right.
So he's playing a black man in the 50s, and his accent and his tonality is very spot on.
On point.
Where you take someone else who's probably a good actor, but you see you see that element of them in the character, so you can't get past it, right?
Now, Clea is what I call, he's a, what did Fifi call you?
Is it a critic?
I forgot.
No, it's comedians, though.
I take that back. Never mind. Disregard.
Yeah.
That's with the comics.
Yeah.
But still, you do it too, the movies.
Well, we watch it. That's why I want to get to our channel. Like, we're going to try to get this split off channel when we get the time. So that we can talk about, different shows and movies. Getting like this little portion, it's just like a, scratching the surface type thing. But want to really get into some, get into my Eric Voss bag, as I call it. Shout out to new Rockstars, right? So
yes.
When to get into that where it's like, hey, this is the meaning behind this movie, and this is what it's really trying to say. And it'll be the movies we like. We're not going to say we're doing it for every movie, but the shows and movies we like, we will. So.
Right. So that was that. Let me see. One thing I did watch, I'm a Hallmark lover. It's one of the channels I gravitate to, especially during the holidays. But all throughout the year, they show a bunch of like rom-coms. Well, it's not necessarily comedy, but they're romance movies. Mm-hmm. Clean romance movies. And one that I watched in the past week was Love, Romance, and Chocolate. And it was a cute little movie with Lacey. I forgot her last name, but she's like one of the... Now that Candace Bure went on to Great American Channel, Lacey kind of took her place and now is like the main actress in the movies, in the holiday ones, and also like the ones that show throughout the seasons, like spring, summer, winter, and whatever have you. So it was another cute movie. Love the story, love the acting, good ending. Of course, all Hallmark for the most part, like 99.99
story,
chance. It's predictable.
Gotta save the community. Gotta save the community center or tree or park. Gotta save the children's place.
Oh my gosh.
And then the rich person is like, I'm not gonna help you. Then he falls in love with the girl, and then they save it together.
But
and then she leaves for a few weeks because she's like, I gotta get back to work because I really want this promotion. And then if she come back, it's the exact same voice. And it always happens. They're like, you just here to use us. Get out of here. You're just here to promote your career. Right? You're just here to promote your career. And then they're like, no, I really do care. No, just leave. And then they leave. And then like, but I miss you. All right, then they get back and they marry each other. And it happens over and over.
And you know what? He loves to watch them with me.
Yeah.
Even when he doesn't like start off with watching them with me, he'll like peek his head in and like start watching it. Or he comes in the room and act like he's doing something, but he's like, and this is the TV, right? He's like,
I mean, if something they're saying or doing is interesting, I might get
that
interrupted.
Happens to all of them, okay?
All of them.
Yes, he gets into it. So anywho, that was that. That was this past week. And was there anything else?
That's it.
All right, y'all. It's been a fun episode once again with you all.
Check out those movies, please.
Yes.
Check out those movies so you can actually laugh. That we were talking about. Because I'm sure we didn't do it justice. So
yes,
go check those out.
You will laugh. And if you don't, you just don't have a sense of humor.
Come on.
Anywho, at the end of the day, you like what you like. But we found them to be funny.
Yeah, but you should like what we like.
Because we're that couple and y'all are that couple too, right?
Right.
So anywho, thank y'all so much for tuning in with so anywho, y'all, thank y'all for tuning in with us this week. Yes. I always say you didn't have to, but you did.
But you did.
So thank you once again. Once again, we are on Apple and Google Podcasts. You can find us on YouTube and on all major platforms. Find us, That Couple Podcast. Be sure to like, subscribe, and leave a great review for us. All right? Until next time. Bye.
Until next time.